installation of EM Agent is All-in-One Installer. All-in-One Installer is a package of EM Agent and ESET product and optionally a license. It is also possible to add policies for agent and product into the package. It is a .exe file, so it is only for MS Windows systems. Package is downloaded from the web console. Internet connection is required because latest available MSI installer files are downloaded from the repository. All-in-One Installer provides a convenient way of making the computers managed and protected in one installation process. In ESMC version 7, it is also possible to create the .exe file containing EM Agent only. The first option of remote deployment of EM Agent is push installation from the ESMC server. It is a server task. It is a very convenient way to deploy agents directly from the web console. For successful deployment, several requirements have to be met in the Windows networked environment. From this point of view, this method needn't be optimal solution for remote agent deployment in company network. For global deployment of EM agents in Windows networked environment, we recommend using the Microsoft native tools such as SCCM and GPO. Just like for any other agent deployment method, when using GPO, you have to provide configuration data for the agent. It can be in an INI file or MST file. This configuration file must be placed in the same directory as the agent MSI installation file. These configuration files contain information that is necessary for correct installation of EM Agent. You can download install config ini file containing all the configuration data directly from the ESMC web console. The second option is using an MSI editor such as Orca MSI Editor. Orca is a tool that allows you to edit an MSI file's properties. With Orca, you can easily add customized text, add and remove installation screens, or even change certain conditions contained within the original MSI file. Here you can see the content of the install config ini file. And here are the commands for EM Agent deployment. This is EM Agent deployment using GPO step by step. First, you generate the install config ini file. Place the configuration file in the same folder as Agent MSI. It's important not to change the file name. Then create the group policy object, software installation. Define path to Agent MSI file and assign the GPO to desired users or computers. The third option for remote EM Agent deployment is ESET Remote Deployment Tool. It is a standalone application dedicated to deploying all-in-one packages to Windows client computers in networked environment. There are 4 options to identify client computers. Active Directory. This option exports the Active Directory structure. You will need to provide Active Directory credentials. Scan Network. You will need to provide IP ranges to scan computers in the network. Import List. You will need to provide list of host names or IP addresses. Add computers manually. In the next step, select the target computers. Then select a deployment package generated from ESMC web console. Enter login credentials with administrative rights for the target computer. When EM Agent is installed and running on the client computer, ESET endpoint security products can be installed remotely using client task, software install. The second option for remote endpoint deployment is to deploy all-in-one package using ESET Remote Deployment Tool. In the following part we will show how to deploy EM agents remotely using Group Policy Object and locally using Agent Live Installer. Then we will install endpoint product remotely using client task from ESMC. Log into Web Console with username administrator and password edutraining123. Navigate to Installers section in the main menu. Press the button Create Installer in the middle of the screen and choose option GPO or SCCM script. In the Certificate section, leave everything as is. In the Advanced section, go to Configuration Type and choose Select Configuration from the list of policies. Click the blue Select link below Agent Configuration, choose Default Agent Policy from the list and confirm with OK button. Press the Finish button and save the resulting INI file to shared folder on desktop. Switch to Domain Controller Virtual Machine. This deployment will use a shared folder where Agent Installer and Configuration are located. Through a group policy, a remote computer will download these files and install pre-configured EM Agent. We need to make sure these two files are accessible from the network. For this purpose, we will create a shared folder on Domain Controller. Open File Explorer and navigate to C drive. Create a folder Agent MSI. Copy their Agent MSI installer and install config ini file. Share the folder with everyone. Right-click on the folder and select Properties. On the Sharing tab, click Advanced Sharing and enable sharing. Switch to Security tab, add Group Everyone. Make sure Read and Execute permission is assigned. Open Server Manager and go to Tools, Group Policy Management. Right-click on Group Policy Objects and select New. Name it EM Agent MSI with INI and press OK. Right-click on the newly created GPO and select Edit. Expand Computer Configuration, Policies, Software Settings and click on Software Installation. Right-click in the right pane and choose New Package. It is necessary to use a network path to Agent Installer. In the Deploy Software window, select Assigned and press OK. Close Group Policy Management Editor. Finally, link this GPO to the Desktop Organization Unit. Select Link an existing GPO and choose EM Agent MSI with INI. Now, go to Desktop and run the GP Update PowerShell script. This script will force GPO update on desktop machines Client 1 and Client 2 and reboots them. Switch to Client 1 virtual machine. Log in using edutraining123 password. Verify the agent is installed. Open the agent status log and verify the EM agent is connecting the ESMC server. Back to ESMC Web Console. Verify the computer's Client 1 and Client 2 are managed. Now, create the Agent Live installer. Navigate to Installers section in the main menu. Press the button Create Installer and choose option